Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pitch Perfect podcast. It has been a minute, hasn't it?
It
I
has
think,
been a long time.
like Melody, you and I, we got to record for the Winning In podcast this week, and but that was like the first time we had sat down and just talked, like seen each other in probably a month.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we just spent probably 15, 20 minutes before we hit start recording on this episode talking about life. But
Mhm.
we didn't want to save too much of that conversation because we just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys and talk with each other. Because it's just been a long time and we haven't caught up in a long time. We both very much needed a break. I probably still, in little ways, need a break because my life is very busy, as we just discussed. But I'm excited. How have you been?
I've been awesome. I've been kind of the opposite. So while you've been Elaine has a lot going on, everyone. She's moving away. She's going to be yeah, actually why don't you tell everyone what you're doing?
Okay. Yeah. I'm moving, and literally, I'm moving. I got accepted to get my master's from Columbia, so that's been a whole
Woo!
process within itself, just like application wise, and actually getting accepted, and then even getting accepted, getting everything ready for school. So that's been a lot, and then on top of that, that means that I'm moving to New York. And I don't need anything in my house. Literally not a single thing. I don't need my silverware. I don't need my plates. I don't need my artwork. I don't need any of my furniture. I'm taking only my clothes with me. So getting rid of all of this has been like really stressful, and I have to do it. And then on top of that, I am also super excited to be attending the Realm Rumble the first week
Yes.
of December, and I'm cosplaying for that. So I've been making new cosplays too, and I've just been drowning in responsibility, but only in the best way because these are a lot of great things happening in my life. They're just all happening at once, but it's
Yes.
stressful.
Well,
So
yes,
there's
and
been a
it's
lot going
adulting.
on.
Yes, you're very busy. Of course, you're working full time at the same time as well, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yes, I am still working a full time job.
yes. So I've been the total opposite. I've been in between jobs. So I'm a contractor. So my contract finished on the 18th of September. So nearly 2 months of being a lady of leisure, pretty
Mhm.
much. I needed a break, maybe for the first 3 weeks, which was really cool. I organized my flesh and blood collection, spent time with my family, and now I'm kind of going stir crazy because I need something to do. Like I'm playing Fab and stuff, like mainly on the weekends, but yeah, looking for work. I'm started at the gym because I've screwed up my knee, so I need to do some rehab. So yeah, that's pretty much been me. And keeping on top of like all the stuff that's been happening in Fab, like there's been some pretty cool stuff going on, like calling Melbourne. hmm
Yep.
And yeah, so that's pretty much been me. But happy to see your face and get back into it and get back into podcasting.
Me too. I have missed this. I've missed like my life has just been on such a fast track and a different track than it usually is on. That it's just been crazy. And like we can talk about it too because I just being blatantly honest, like I haven't been playing much Fab just because I just don't have time for it. And it's like even on I didn't play in any ProQuest. I really wanted to, but it's like my weekends I couldn't travel to ProQuest because it's like I need time to get this done, work on this cosplay, pack up this stuff, sell this for like do literally everything that needs to get done that is on a deadline. And it's like crazy how the it's made me really realize like how fast the world of flesh and blood moves because it's like I might not play Fab for a week. It might be like, oh, I didn't make it out to any armories this week, which is really disappointing. And then it's like I come back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've missed so much. Everything
You
moves so fast in the world of flesh and blood. Like you really have to be on top of it. And I mean, after being on top of it for like 2 years, it's so strange to like. It just made me realize how fast the meta changes,
Mm.
how fast everything moves. We've had a new set come out. I did go to pre-releases for Bright Lights because I was like, I'm not. I want to play like Flesh and Blood, even though it hasn't been as much as a priority in my life as it has been, which is kind of funny to say, right? Because a lot of my time, it's like I can't go to Armory because I need to work on this cosplay, and I'm falling behind in the world of Flesh and Blood because I have to dedicate my time to this thing for Flesh and Blood. Like other aspects of Flesh and Blood, like the League. Like
Mm.
we are still, I think now. I have one more thing that needs to be shipped out for the league still, but it's like
Oh, yes.
but it's like the amount of like, okay, well, I have to go like organize this, mail this. I'm waiting on this package from this person so I can send it somewhere else.
Oh.
I need to go get this to send this. Like there's so much of my life is still being consumed by getting stuff done for Flesh and Blood rather than like playing it.
Mm.
And that just comes with like the role that we play right in our community now is like we've taken on this role of not just players being blatantly honest. We run a league, we run a podcast, I cosplay. Like there's so many other facets of my Flesh and Blood life aside from just being a player, which is like something I'm very thankful for. But it's been interesting to see like how these other aspects have been prioritized because it's like I'm on a deadline for these things over playing, which has been like, I don't know. You know what? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, no, I
Does that
totally.
make
Hopefully,
sense?
everybody else does. I get it. I get it, and it's really interesting. It's a really interesting perspective about how quickly things change. Like to me, I'm like, yeah, things have changed, but because I've had the time, obviously, to watch what's happening in Flesh and Blood, to be a part of it, to me, it's just normal. But for you, having stepped away for, not that long and come back and being like, holy shit, what's happened to the meta? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, Dash IO is absolutely freaking crazy. We've got Azuri winning callings. We've got all this crazy stuff that's happened. And now, the dash cards have gone to the bloody moon and back. They cost more than Warmongers. Like all this stuff has changed, but you've come back and gone, whoa, I've got Whiplash. Whereas I'm like, yep, okay, cool. But it does go to show how quickly everything changes. And I think it's great. It's a bit tough for people like yourself that haven't had the opportunity to keep abreast of it. But
Yeah, it's interesting because like it is a bit a bit what did we just tough? Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for people like myself where it's like it's moving very fast and it's hard to keep up with when there's so much else going on. Like there, it was like a week ago. I finally had a free night to go to Armory, and I was so excited. And then I went to like RSVP because in our Discord every week there's like an RSVP for Armory just so we can get a head count. So also it kind of helps like if we want to draft, we know if we'll have enough people to draft that sort of stuff.
mm.
Um, and I went to RSVP and it was like, oh, Armory's canceled today, and I was like,
Oh
oh, I was so upset. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, it's
no.
been so long since I've just had a night to go play some Flesh and Blood, and it's not
Mm,
happening." So it was
dumb.
like, oh, I just have to play, I guess, on like Talishar, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And I don't know. Even like the past few nights have gone out to play. We've like drafted with the new set, which has been really fun.
Cool.
Um, but at the same time, it's like, gosh, I miss like playing with my regular decks too. You know, and it's like
Mm,
it's interesting, and I think it's also hard for people to understand who like aren't players, like who I mean, who are only players in the game, right? Who it's like hard to understand that like there's just so much more to this world of Flesh and Blood than just players. I think it's also made me realize that too. It's been cool. A little it's been a little annoying and tough, but
mm.
it's like brought new perspectives. I think to the world of Flesh and Blood, to myself at least.
And so what? So with the new, so we touched on it a little bit. Obviously, you've come back and gone, "Whoa, what's happened?" Did you get to watch any of the calling Melbourne, or have you caught up on what happened and all the
No,
excitement?
well, a little bit. I mean, I've just kind of been on Twitter. I
Mhm.
still lurk on Twitter. Even if I when I have time to go lurk on Twitter, I'm uh trying. And then tomorrow I was gonna put on the Calling Melbourne because I wanted to see some of the games, go back and watch some of the games since I'm off tomorrow and I'll be here working on cosplay, working on getting rid of all this stuff in my house. I don't work tomorrow, so I was gonna put it on in the background, catch up on it because I miss it. I genuinely miss it.
It's well, then I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but like you know who won, right? You know what hero won,
Yes,
and
yes, yes. I know,
yeah,
like, yeah, I
okay,
know what happened. I just want to see it
okay.
happen.
And what do you think? What are your thoughts on Azuri winning and Dash IO just absolutely that Thomas smashing it? 14-0, then 14, 15, 14-1, sorry.
I was shocked. And there's also this weird thing of like I was shocked, and in my mind I'm like, this is shocking to me. And I was like, is this shocking to everyone else, or am I just kind of like that out of touch with what's going on right now, right? Because I love Azuri, but I really haven't played much Azuri. Um, because like I said, the limited times that I have played Flesh and Blood since Bright Lights came out. So let's see what came out. Outsiders came out, and I really
Mhm.
loved Azuri, and I was on the Azuri train. And then I Dusk Till Dawn came out,
Yeah.
and I started playing Bolton, and mainly
Mm.
Bolton and a little bit of Azuri, and I actually really loved playing Bolton too. And then Bright Lights came out, and I've been playing Max and Bright Lights. I've drafted Max, and I've really enjoyed it. And I haven't seen in my draft pods. We really haven't even had like any
Oh,
dash. And so it was like I really have not been familiar with that deck at all. So just and in my mind, I'm like, well, why all the hype that I've seen in my experience playing with Bright Lights have been on Max and Teklevossen,
yep.
and I haven't really experienced any of those heroes yet outside of the limited format. And so I was really shocked to see Dash go all the way, go undefeated, and then even more shocked to see Azuri come out on top, which I was like, man, that was my girl for a minute there, and I miss her, and she's like winning stuff now.
Yes. And it just goes to show like how wide open the meta is. It is absolutely insane. And people are getting really good results with heroes that everyone's like, oh, Azuri can never beat Dromite. Azuri can. Like it used to be dubbed the unwinnable match, but
Well, and that's what I want to go watch. Like I want to go see. I know what happened, but I want to go like actually get the
mm,
thrill of watching the games, and
there's some
see, like you said,
amazing
like how
games.
did she do it? I want to watch the tension rise in the game and see. Even if I know the results, like I I need to see how it happened. How did Azuri? What was the game plan? You
Mm, it
you're a
was good.
Dromai player.
I
You
am.
could
Yes.
spoil it. It's okay. Spoilers are fine. I'm actually here for the
No, no,
spoilers.
you should definitely watch it. I think you should definitely watch it.
I'm still gonna watch
And
it.
you should try and watch the very first streamed game, I think it was. It was Aaron. He's from New Zealand and he was playing Ice Lexi. It was the most oppressive Ice Lexi ever. He just could not do absolutely anything, turn after turn after turn after turn. And his life just kept going, 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 going. And then I won't tell you what happens in the end. Like I've never seen a game that crazy before. Like Aaron, who was on Max, was just like, oh. You just see him going, oh my goodness, not again. More frostbites, more fusing, more frostbites. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. And it's really, obviously Lexi's LL now, but I think I played one Ice Lexi in my time, like an actual fuse Ice Lexi, but the rest were not that. So, I mean, it's just really interesting the different builds that people are bringing to events and like theory crafting at home. And I've been on Teleshar. I played a couple of games this morning, and I'm just like playing an Ira who had pummels in their deck. And I'm like, what? Pummeling me with a Surging Strike. And I'm like, you're Ira, you've got Surging Strike and a pummel. This is insane. Okay.
What is
Um,
the wait? Isn't there a new pummel? Oh, chain, right? Is this the thing?
oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Chain is hot with Vincett's cards and like the widespread annihilation and destruction and then pummeling just to kill you. Yeah, that's a thing. Hmm.
I'm very excited to go watch it. I apologize. See, and that's another weird thing. It's like I feel like there's been like this weird like guilt of like not being present enough in the flesh and blood world, and still like um just like not having the time to be as present enough in the flesh and blood world as I want to be. And it's like, oh, I feel so guilty for not keeping up with it
Oh,
as
don't feel
much as I want
guilty.
to, and like coming on this podcast, still not having watched a Calling Melbourne, which I'm going to, I promise. But it's like it's so exciting though at the same time to have the feeling of like jumping back into it, you know, like
Mm,
catching up. And I feel like the meta to see it to hear what's happening in it is really exciting, and I'm just ready to like experience it. Um, but we can talk about also. You mentioned Lexi LL.
hmm.
What are your thoughts on that? How do you
Well,
feel? What are your feelings?
my feelings. So here's the dumb thing. The real dumb thing is we only had one Lexi player at my locals, and he kind of stopped playing. He was playing on and off, and when he was playing, I wasn't. So I never really got to play Lexi. I think I played one match against him, and I played Lexi at Nats. I won that, and I had two test games with Adrian, who was in our league, and her partner. Like that's it. Those are the only in-person Lexi games I ever played. So everyone at home is probably going, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" Because people are so anti-Lexi. But I'm sad because I would love to have played against her more. But I
Well,
think in other places she was, I don't want to say oppressive, but she was a challenge to defeat.
I say Lexi was definitely hot here, and even like where when I was in Louisiana, which was feels like ages ago, especially in terms of speaking about the meta, where the meta was
Mm,
over a year ago. Um, Lexi, we saw a lot of Lexi players, and Lexi was definitely not in as good of a spot as she was these past few months, as far as the meta. But we, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm really happy she's gone. I did not have your experience. I'm very happy that she's gone. I just like, oh, there was a certain anxiety of sitting across from Alexi and sideboarding into Alexi and being like, what are just tell me what kind of build you're running, like just what are you
please.
doing? Are you fuse Lexi? No fuse Lexi? Are you ice? Like what? Give me a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mm.
Give me something here. It was just like so daunting to sit in front of Alexi and be like, I know that I'm getting Lexi, but I don't know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect here.
Well, that
I'm really
anxiety, you can brush it off. She's gone. We've got Azalea with her bullseye braces back. And, again, everyone's like, oh, it's Jerome's favored into Azalea. And I'm like, well, when Azalea comes at you with like 27 million damage dominated, you're dead. So I think it's going to be really interesting with
Ooh,
Azalea, and we had a PQ on the weekend. And how many rounds did we have? I think we had 5. Yeah, and the Azalea player went 3-2. So, and he hasn't played for months and months. So I was like, okay. And that's not with bullseye braces. So I think she's going to be an interesting dark horse of
I don't really.
domination.
I don't want to deal with rangers. I don't want to. It's fine.
Which would you rather,
I just
Rangers
need to like.
or Rune Chance?
Okay, rune chance rune chance,
Okay. Yeah.
and I think it's a personal vendetta. I don't know. I think it's a personal vendetta. I feel many times that the Azalea cult does not. I'm not their favorite person.
I'm sure
I'm
you are.
I'm joking, but no, because there's been, Azalea. I've had a personal vendetta since I was introduced to the game with Azalea, and I was
That's
like,
right.
this game is stupid and I hate it, and why can't I play anything
Don't
from
let
my
as you
hand?
say that. Okay,
What do you mean
yes.
I have to put this in this invisible pocket down here and then play it? Like, it drove me crazy, and I was like, this game sucks. And then I love you. I love Flesh and Blood. I love LSS. I do. That does not reflect my opinions
Now
on
it
the
doesn't.
game.
No.
Right, my current opinions. But it turned me like for like a year. I was like, I don't want to play that game. And then I found Dorinthia, and I was like, oh, there are other ways to play this game, which maybe some of that is fault to the person who introduced me to the game, but maybe it's just a personal vendetta that I have against Rangers. And I just need like 10 seconds to be a little bit dramatic and say, I don't want to deal with them. I don't
There's
like
what there'll only
Rangers.
be there'll just be her, and then we've got what is it?
Riptide.
Yeah, there's Riptide. Riptide actually did
We're
really.
gonna get more Rangers, and it's just a thing I have to deal with.
Yeah, day
And
2
maybe
of the
one day
tournament.
will change my heart. I thought that Riptide would change my heart. And love the guy. Nothing against him, but he didn't.
Oh, I'd be interested to see what happens, because then now we've got 15 new heroes coming next year. So I think
That's
we're going to have
crazy.
a plethora of heroes to choose from. I
Okay,
cannot
well
wait.
let's talk about that. We're gonna jump. I'm so to our listeners today. Like I said at the beginning of this, has been a long time since Melody and I talked, and just a long time in general since I've gotten to sit down and talk about Flesh and Blood and everything that I've missed. So we're gonna jump all over the place, but bear with us. So let's talk about that. 15 new heroes coming. That is
15.
wild. What
That's so
are
cool.
I don't want to say like maybe predictions, but like what's on your wish list? 15 new shiny bright new heroes. What do you want? What do you want to see?
I would like to see, like, because I don't know. Like, we talked about it on the Winning In podcast yesterday, but I
Mm,
really want to see the all arcane set. I want to see that rolled out. I would love if it was a draftable one. It probably will have to be. Yeah, no.
yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
no.
it will have to be. Yep. And maybe mix up the classes a little bit. So it's not just wizard and it's not just rune blade. It's
Hmm.
another class in there. So I think we're going to definitely see.
Like a completely new class that is arcane, or you want to bring arcane into one of our current classes? What are you thinking?
Oh, I think bring it into a current class. So all the classes, a class that's always complains about arcane will then have arcane at their disposal. So the only ones that deal arcane are what? Illusionist, Runeblade, and Wizard. Anybody else? I don't think so. No, that's it.
No,
Like to have
yeah.
another mixed class would be cool.
What do you
Or
want
I
to
don't.
do? Like give like Lavaya arcane, or
Oh, doesn't she
like
have arcane? Does she have arcane?
does she? I think that she had. Does
A
she? I
card?
like the
Oh my
art.
god.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just would love to see. That's it. I reckon that we probably will get another class. a
Hmm.
whole new class. Like, what if these necromancer,
Necromancer.
maybe?
Yeah, a necromancer could be a cool arcane. I'm just kind of like I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Have you seen the
And
new heavy hitters cards, the dual cards?
yes, actually, yes, I have.
Mm.
But so here's a question because now I'm thinking, and
Okay, all right. She's thinking.
I'll share my
Hmm.
thoughts.
Hmm.
So we're talking about possibly, and of course we're just talking. We don't know anything.
No.
Possibly adding. You're saying adding arcane to a new class, and I'm just trying to figure out what that actually looks like, right? Because one of my favorite things about Flesh and Blood is how each class really, when you play it, feels like it should, right? Like mechanically, right? Like I'm gonna use Ranger as an example, right? That most of our attacks like come from Arsenal because
Hmm.
she is a ranger. She's shooting arrows,
Hmm.
and you have to like do this cool thing. And even though I don't like doing it, I have a lot of respect on like a game design aspect of that. I think it's really cool. And then you have like the warrior where it's like, I when I play warrior, it's like I imagine my sword clanking against whatever I'm fighting, and then in the reaction phase we follow through, we get like we're fighting here and then we follow it through with the reactions, right? And it's like, oh, like that warrior struggle, or like how Brood is kind of reckless, and Guardian's just these big swing attacks and like stuff, it's like
All the
it feels
thematic.
like it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
thematics behind the mechanics are so on point, and I love that. But like, how do you introduce arcane in a way to warrior where it still feels and plays like warrior, and brute where it still feels and plays like brute? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Hmm.
I do. That's really interesting. I do wonder. Oh, I don't know. Because,
I
now
don't
putting.
doubt LSS's ability
No,
to
not
do
at
it,
all.
but
But I think what we will see as well is because all of the heroes from Tales of Aria are now almost allowed. Like Icelander
right.
is almost gone.
But
Oldham's
tails,
gone. Tales of Aria. Briar's
right?
gone.
Are you
Like
talking
the allowed
about
heroes. We're talking about, so those heroes have gone, and then we've got
our
all these.
Icelander was?
Well,
Oh, from tails.
she's LL'd in whatchamacallit, Blitz, but not in CC. She's pretty close. But we've got all these talents that are sitting out there that are being unused, like Earth and Ice and Lightning. So, I mean, we've got an entire set of cards that can't be fully used to their potential. So I think we're going to see some more talent,
Right.
talented heroes as well. We have to. We need ice, or we need something to slow down the hyper aggro decks. Um, but I don't know. It's going to be exciting.
Okay, I think it'll be exciting. I'm really excited for it. And also I wanna so like my next 15 heroes, heavy hitters, I really wanna see some warrior stuff. And I
There's going to
really,
be
really, really
awesome warrior stuff.
like really want to see an adult Kasai. Everyone knows that, right? That's kind of, I think, a known fact is that I want an adult Kasai. If
Yes.
an adult Kasai showed up at my door, I would full tears follow crying. If it even just showed up on a picture on my Discord. Anyway, if there was an adult Kasai, I might faint. But aside from that, what I also really want to see from these 15 new heroes as a warrior player is a warrior who is like an axe warrior, and like they're meant to play axes, because I think we have good axe support and we have axes, but there's like it's not the like and we have some cool warrior axe builds, but like
Mm.
we don't have a warrior that's like axes are their weapon, right? They're like this warrior was meant to play axes, and I just want to see like a big old, maybe even just like a brute warrior that's like, I got a big old axe and I'm
I
coming,
reckon that you could be onto
like
something.
like just like a big old tough guy with an axe.
Yeah,
Like I really want that.
I think
I
that
think
that
that'd be
could
cool.
absolutely be a thing, a brute warrior. I mean, they're mixing together the classes with cards, and you're right. We've got these axes that just hang out and do nothing. I
Yeah, we've
mean,
got these axes, and we've got like we've got like attack
mm,
reactions that deal with axes, and we've got these axes that play off of each other, really cool. And we have that one axe I think came out of
merciless
Dynasty.
battle axe.
Yeah, and like that's a cool axe, but like it's expensive. And like even if there was a warrior that like lowered the cost of that axe somehow, like that was their ability, something like that. I just want to see a big old a big old man with an axe. Give me or woman or whatever, not binary.
Yep.
Just give me an axe, like a creature. I don't
Just give Elaine
care.
what she wants, Alexis. James,
A
if you're
big
listening.
old like ruly something with an axe. Like
Well, you'll have to watch
I
and
would love it.
see because we've got the calling in Queenstown, which sadly you're not coming to, but that's okay. We'll see. We'll see what comes out.
If it's my first week of
It
school,
is
and
literally
that's
your
the
first week
issue.
of school.
But it's also my birthday, and I want to go celebrate my birthday with
Oh,
the birth of flesh and blood.
you can
But
do
I
it
don't
in.
think I'll be there. No, I don't think so. It would be cool though. It would be cool.
It would be the best gift ever for me.
It would be.
Anyway,
Um, so not to topic jump again,
mm,
but I did want to throw out another thought that I had had a while ago that I just remembered when you were talking about Lexi LL. So we had some updates, right, to the Living Legend system that we're going to get
mm,
weekly updates on it, and that I think there's some like, new point distribution or weights or as far as events and stuff goes. But I'm kind of curious if what do you think this is gonna like speed up us having a living legend format?
100%. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had like a skirmish living legend format at some stage next year. Or I don't know about a progress, but I think skirmish is probably a really cool place to have it. Normally,
Yeah,
normally skirmish is blitz, but like at the rate that heroes are LLing, I think that's another reason why we're getting 15 heroes as well. Is because the system is just going to churn out all the really good heroes, and we're going to get new ones in, and it's just going to keep rotating.
ooh, well, I just like took in too much breath. Uh, I was like, yeah. I also think so. Like, I think a living legend skirmish format would be cool, and I also think that like we'll see it maybe that way first. If not, we'll see like a living legend format side events at these big at pro
Yes,
tours and worlds and these like big callings and stuff that run fun little side events. I think we'll start to see hopefully some living legend format side events pop up, which would just be like so fun. I love going to events and playing in the main events and then scrubbing out and being like, ooh, let's play like Shapeshifter Sealed, or like
yes,
let's put my Kasida use and play some Blitz. Like all the like fun little like every 15 minutes. And it would be so fun to be like, I'm gonna go play Shapeshifter Sealed and then follow it with UPF and then follow it with Living Legends format.
living
Like
legends.
that would
Yes.
be really like it's just like those fun, funky, fresh little like experiences that you can get at these big events that I think hopefully we'll see that because call me whatever names you want because I probably deserve them, but I would really love to pick up a Starvo deck
Oh, I'm
and
sure
just
you would.
play a few rounds with Starvo. Like I would have a lot of fun doing that. And
Mm.
like I think it would also be interesting to see how Starvo like see Starvo in like a different meta than the meta that we saw him where he was just so dominant and like see him in a living legend meta where I don't know what the ban list would look like for a living
The
legend
band
meta.
list. Well, it'll be all
Uh,
the heroes from Aria.
well, no, I mean, like, are they gonna just be like, yeah, Chain can have everything, you know?
Mhm.
Like, are we gonna,
Viserai,
right, every,
Lexi,
like, nothing is banned. Everyone can
no
have
holds
anything
barred.
that you want. Yeah, yeah, like you get all of them. You get like just whatever you want. There's no bans, and you got these dominant heroes. Now let's see what the meta looks like. Like, let's just do it. I would, even if LSS doesn't want to do that, I want to do that. So if anyone wants to do that with me, I think that'd be really
Maybe we could have a side event with Rainbow Pitch. We'll have
yeah,
like
where
the
it's
main
like
league and then we'll have a LL league.
play
That would be cool.
everything. Yeah, like I don't like even what's that one card that was banned before it even came out? The Blade. It's a
Oh,
weapon.
yes, yes,
Yes.
not Duskblade. Um, I can see it. I
Is
don't
it?
know.
Is it not? I can see it too. Is it not Duskblade?
Is it
Or
Duskblade? Oh, now I
is
need
it
to look it up.
Duskblade?
Hold on.
Yeah. Like even like that is on the table. Play everything that you want. Drone of Brutality, just play it.
Yes,
Seeds of
Duskblade.
Agony, play it. Like let's just see what happens. I think it'd be fun and chaotic, and it also might be miserable.
I don't think so because I think all the heroes are probably just as miserable as each other.
Right, only Living Legend, only like you do it in like a Living Legend sense, right? Like play the Living Legends and then play whatever the heck you want card wise, like, and just see just for fun, just to see what happens. I don't think,
I think it'll be
I like
incredible and so much
yeah,
fun.
pure chaos. That's what I want to see, and then I want to see if my Starbow deck gets smashed. Right? Because that was like a thing, right? And everyone was like, "Oh, Starbucks so dominant," and James was like, "Well, when we tested him, like Briar, oh, that's another thing, like pre-rata
Ball
Briar, like
lightning.
yeah, like Ball Lightning, like she can make a million embodiments, like, and let's see how it holds up against other
Mm.
things that are just
Bloodchief skeleton for Viz. There's just craziness.
yes, yes. Like I just want to see the pure chaos of what we're capable of.
Yeah. Drone of brutality. Love it. Yep.
Yes, yes. Seeds, everything. Let's do it.
Mm.
Anyway, I don't know.
I think we'll put that in our back
I think
pocket
that'd be fun.
for a league.
We might. That would maybe just be a fun thing. Like no, like we could maybe, and please don't take anything that we say. We're just kind of throwing stuff out.
We're
This is
spitballing.
not written in stone. We're spitballing. You're just witnessing our usual conversation that's not recorded. So but like yeah, we could that could be a fun like league to organize where it's like
Mm.
we could even do like everyone is welcome. There's no prize support. Like we're just here for the chaos, and it's like
Yes.
we'll
What
run it.
chaos?
We'll
That
organize.
that could be a cool name. The Chaos League, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, just like a pure chaos league where it's like it's totally separate from the Rainbow Pitch League. Like that would
Mm.
still be its own thing, and then we have this like chaos league where it's like just come play and enjoy the chaos, and it's the prize is that you get to enjoy the chaos. Like it doesn't have to be this it doesn't have to be this like huge, big old like thing like Rainbow Pitch was. It could
Mm.
just be like if anyone also wants to experience this, come play and we'll organize it. We'll make the Discord and do the pairings every week and just experience the
That would
chaos
be
with us.
cool. Yes.
That would be so cool. That'd be fun. If that
Yeah.
sounds fun to you, just like let us know.
Yes. Please let us
And
know.
whatever,
Like message
yeah,
us on
tweet at
Twitter
us,
or
message us.
reply.
Because
I'm
I would
sold.
actually, if there was interest, I would, like I said, no promises, but like I would really be down for that. I would really be down for that.
I would be down for that, and I have time to make that happen while you're
Yeah,
moving
no,
and
that
stuff.
would be such. It's like the league, but like without like the all the really stressful
No,
parts.
yeah, yeah. We love doing the league. Everybody, just saying.
We love doing the league.
We
It was
love doing the
100%
league.
worth it, but there was a lot of learning involved in that, and so much planning and just stuff that went on the back end logistically organizing everything.
Mm.
But like, yeah, that now that we've run the league, and you know, now that the league exists and we have that in our back pocket, this chaos league,
Mm.
that would be such a breeze. To,
Yes, it will be a
like,
breeze.
yeah, that would be like not even a thought behind my mind. That would be so easy to run. So
We'll
I
think
think it'd be
about
fun. We'll
it. We'll
think
talk about
about
it
it.
offline.
If yeah,
I
we'll talk
love it.
about it. If there's interest, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Hmm.
Not in a recording. We're just spitballing. We've never
Mm.
talked about this before. This just came up in here. Please don't.
It legitimately did. I think it's
It
a cool
literally,
idea.
literally, we've never talked about this until just now as we're recording. That'd be cool. That'd be fun.
It would be
I would.
fun.
I think I'd like it a lot. Just
Yeah.
saying.
So what else is happening? I'm trying to think of all like what you might have missed. Tell us about the what's
Um.
happening at the Realm Games. Like for those that have no idea and what you can share about what you're actually doing and what's happening there. Because I think that'd be cool.
Yes. Yes. Let's do that. I'm gonna go to the Realm Games right now, and we'll look at it together. Because
Okay,
I
cool.
already I know everything, but I also would really be mad at myself if I got anything wrong. So I'm gonna pull up the master schedule.
Okay.
So
Wonderful.
it's December 1st through December 3rd, right? I do know that. That's a fact. But here we go. So December 1st through December 3rd, we had there's so much going on at the Realm Games. Did you know that the Realm Games is awesome? And this is not a paid ad. That's just my opinion. Uh,
They do lots of cool stuff.
so
Yes.
we have a Flesh and Blood invitational that's going on. If you got an invitation to that, I'm sure you're not missing out on it because why would you, right? It's 20K. It's a 20K invitational. They've held like many qualifying events for you to win invitationals throughout the year, all leading up to the Realm Rumble. So yeah, so it's the December 1st through the 3rd, and there's a 20K. So 20K starts
Whereabouts
at
is it, Elaine?
it's in Ohio, Columbus,
Okay.
Ohio.
Okay.
Ohio. And if Flesh and Blood, Flesh and Blood is your jam and everything, but also they're going to have a lot of other events going on too. So the 20K is a big thing. We'll have on-demand side events for all games. If I believe if you want to draft and stuff, there will be on-demands for that. Um, and then there is a like they're running side events for Magic too. So there's going to be Pioneer on that Friday, and then we'll
Hmm.
have a Super Fab Armory that'll be a Blitz format.
Ooh, cool.
um, there will also be a Pokemon side event. So if you want to come out play Pokemon or whatnot, there's a Pokemon Gym Leader Challenge, and then also Alpha Clash is coming up. There's
Oh,
also an Alpha
okay.
Clash, yeah, little Alpha Clash side event.
Hmm.
And then on the Saturday, we got day two of the 20K. We'll have a 10K Fab Brawl, right? So that one started
Oh,
So if
there's
you
a
don't
lot
get
of
into
money
the
on the table.
20K, yeah, jump into that 10K Fab Brawl. And then there's still gonna be Alpha Clash and Pokemon and some Magic the Gathering side events that day as well. Um, there is a cosplay contest that day. So that's
Hmm.
where I come in. There is also, I believe, a Blitz 50K qualifier, it looks like.
What do you mean a 50K qualifier? Fifty
I
thousand
have no
dollars.
I have no clue. Let's click on it. Ooh, Blitz Invitational for 2024 50K.
That's insane. That is a lot of
So
money.
in 2024, yeah, it looks like there'll be a 50K. And
Whew.
Realm Games, please don't hate me if I just like am talking about nothing on here. But that's what it looks like, which is crazy. And so you could, yeah, because it says, for to get invites to 2024 invitational, it looks like. I have to verify that. but cause,
Sounds like a jam-packed weekend
yeah, it's gonna be
with
jam packed
cosplay.
weekend, and so yeah. Then Sunday, you would think that the fun was over on Saturday because there's a million side events going on for any game you could ever want to play. There's also gonna be a free mega UPF um, event on
How does
Saturday.
what's mega UPF?
Like I guess a giant UPF game.
What? So
Which
you've
sounds
got like 30
or like
people around a
it's
table,
well, it's probably just like a big old like no, I would imagine that it's still like you
pods of
know
four.
yeah. So I'm responsible in case it wasn't obvious enough for organizing the cosplay aspect of this event.
Mm-hmm.
There are other people organizing these other things that I'm talking about right now, not me. So we'll have, but Sunday there's top eight of the 20K. There's top eight of that open 10K. That was day one of like Saturday. That 10K. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't day two and you want to join, or if you just want to join and you weren't in the 20K to begin with, there's that 10K brawl, and so top eight of both of those events will be taking place on Sunday. And then there is a 5K Magic the Gathering Modern event, a 1K Alpha Clash Team Sealed, a 5K Fab Team Sealed for the 50K Invitational,
Wow.
Magic the Gathering 1K Popper, and a uh, Fab Classic Constructed. And yeah, I'm sure they're going to have like on demands all weekend. I'm always tweeting about this stuff. So I mean, like, if you are free that weekend and you're not going to be there, I really don't know what is going on. What's like, like, what
and
are you doing?
and is it so the cosplay? There's a competition, and who's judging it?
There's me,
Okay,
me and
you're like
Carolina.
yes,
Yeah, that me. I do that. Yeah, no. So there is a cosplay contest, and Carolina and I are going to be judging that. We will be at the Realm and we'll be in cosplay all weekend.
cool.
So I'm really excited, and I think that there will. Well, I'm really hoping there will be some cool cosplays. I want to see you guys come out. I'm just really excited for this event. We've put in a lot of work into it, and I'm super excited. And I have new cosplays that I've been working on that have been just really. It's been a long time since I've had time to like work on a cosplay, and it's super exciting to like work on like a full out cosplay again. And I'm just really excited. I think it's going to be a great weekend. There's tons of big events going on. And yeah, like I said,
And lots of cool
if you're
people, lots of
yeah,
friends.
lots of cool people, you get to hang out also with just like the realm. I've never been to a realm event and had a bad experience. I love the people. Keith and Jacob over at the Realm are awesome, and I love working with them. And yeah, it's super fun, super awesome. And
Cool.
if you go find them on Twitter or go to my Twitter and find my latest retweets. And yeah, did you see? We haven't even talked about this. Did you see the little promotional video that Carolina and I made?
I did. It was hilarious. I'm like, oh my
Wasn't
god!
that
It
fun?
looked
That
like
was
you
so
guys
fun
had
to film.
heaps of fun to film. It looked like it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was fun. It was really cold. It was like in that was in October. That was the first weekend of October in Ohio where we filmed that. We were up there working on some stuff for the event.
Cool.
No spoilers. But yeah, and then we're like we need to bring so we each brought like all of our cosplay stuff, and then it was like 8 in the morning, and it was like 40 degrees outside, and it was freezing, and we were like, let's make this let's film this. There was like very little game plan going into it. We like knew we I don't know because we were like, oh, we'll go around town. Originally, we're like in the video, we'll go around town and we'll just have like a video. We'll have some like it'll be us around town. Like we'll go to a shop and we'll go to this. And there was something going on that weekend. It was a Sunday. There was something. I don't remember specifically what was happening, but for some reason, everything was closed. Like literally, the
Oh.
street that we were on, the whole street was shut down. There was not a single because we were in the downtown area. So we're like, this is perfect. And we got up and we got ready, and everything was closed. The street was closed down, and all the shops were closed. And so we're like, okay, well, let's refigure this out. So we just kind of like made
Impromptu.
this like, yeah, impromptu enemies to lovers, like cosplay for one, cosplay for all video that we impromptu made. And yeah, Carolina was like getting ready, and I was like, oh, our Airbnb has these big old like beer glasses. We could do like a the final scene kind of recreate like a this rounds on us type of feeling, but of course we were had in an Airbnb with no groceries, so I made so what I did, because I was like, we can't just have like empty glasses. So I brewed some coffee because the Airbnb did have like a little coffee pot in it. And they gave us a
Mhm.
free sample of coffee. So I brewed some coffee and then I mixed coffee. I poured like water and just poured like a little bit of coffee in each mug to give it a color so it didn't look like water. And then I took dish soap and poured dish soap and just sat there and stirred and stirred and stirred until we were ready to film. So it got really foamy like beer. So when
Well
Carolina,
done.
yeah, I was really, you know, so creative. So I was like, here, this like it looks like beer. And so when Caroline and I like cheers at the end
Linked.
of it, we did a few takes and then she was like, I feel like we need to drink it. She was like, I was like, I'm not drinking it. And she's like, I'm gonna drink it. And so then I was like, okay, maybe I'll drink it. So then we we filmed and like she spits it out and it's bleeped and she says like that's disgusting. And but like I you can see me, I go to take it, I go to drink it and I was like I'm shaking my head.
No.
I'm like, I can't do it. I can't drink this soap, coffee, water concoction.
Gross.
Like
You need to
I
put a
just like
link
start
in
laugh.
this
Yeah, I
for
like
people to
shake
watch
my
it.
head and laugh. I will actually. I'll put a link to it, and I'll link also the Realm website so people can get to it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll do that. But yeah, it was fun to film, and it was. I was like, it was cold and it was morning, and it was such a blast though. Like we had a lot of fun with it. That
See,
was
this is
fun.
behind the scenes, everyone. This is what happens behind the
This is what
scenes.
happens. This is what behind the scenes looks like. All
Yes.
right, should we maybe like answer some questions and start to
Yeah.
wrap this up?
Yep.
All right. So we sent out a tweet and we are like, "Hey, we're back," which will probably be the title of this episode. We're back. So
Baby, we're
we
back.
had some questions. Let's see. The first one from Kiki, our beloved Kiki. Kiki said,
Mm.
"Will you come to my birthday and do karaoke with me?" And I don't think I will. Eh. Kiki, your birthday is the week after the calling, and my birthday is January 18th. It's like right.
Wouldn't it be cool if we were all together? Just saying. That would be cool. So, to answer that question, Kiki, it's a maybe. If I have a job by then, maybe it's in Wellington and I can come. I would love to come. Elaine says she's putting a pin in it.
Yeah, so I don't think we'll be able to karaoke, but if you guys FaceTime me in, I'll karaoke with you.
Mm, okay.
Next, Logan Peterson says, in true Flesh and Pod fashion, which if you don't listen to Flesh and Pod, that is a great podcast with Farmer and Logan as the host, and we love them both. But Logan says, in true Flesh and Pod fashion, where episode? Episode is coming. It's right here. We're back.
It's here and now.
It's
Yep.
here. It's right here. You're listening to it. If you're listening to this, that's where episode. Um, and then we have the Arms Pit on Twitter asks, any update on the next Rainbow X Pitch League?
Ooh.
And Jackie of Techlo Industries says that she seconds that. So,
Okay.
um,
What can we say? We can't really say too
I'd say
much.
We can't really say too much. What would you like to say, Melody?
Um, oh, look, your cat's replying for me. Um, there will be one, and well, we're hoping there will be one, and that is all. There's not much else.
Yeah, that is all. I would like. So Melody, Kiki, and I we'll have to sit down and really talk about this because
Mm,
we've been on a rest and reset. Um, and but I'll say as like far as like hopes and dreams go for the Rainbow Pitch League, I would love for there to be a second league. I think that what we did was like really special and really cool, and I loved what it brought to the community, and I loved watching it. I loved watching the community embrace it. And I loved watching it happen and being honored to be a part of that. And um, I wanted to continue on. I would love for us to continue it on. If we have a conversation about it and we can't continue it on, I would love for like us to be able to give it to someone to continue on. But ultimately, I would love for us to continue it on, and that's what I'll say about that.
yeah, and I think the likelihood is high. There will be. I'm trying to word this. There'll be changes, and I think we definitely will be reaching out for support with different
Yeah,
tasks from others because um, we can't do it all ourselves. And I've had a couple of people reach out, and we did actually after the league. I had a couple of people reach out and say, "Look, if we can help in any way, or I can," and we had people ask us. And at that time, like during the league, we didn't know what people could help with because we were just figuring it out. But now we have a much better sense of, the tasks and stuff that are required and planning and organizing. So I think, yeah, when we do
I
have
agree.
one, yeah, we'll need lots of help, basically,
I think that I think that we learned a lot.
about our
And I
strength.
think that
Mm,
if we would all like to see this happen again, and for that to happen, we need to sit down and regroup and look at logistically. Okay, what can we put into it? What outside help what might we need? How can we run this like a little more efficiently on the back end? Because I think if anything, like this project was always beyond the three of us in the sense that we weren't doing it for ourselves. This was
no,
like not for profit. This was a pure act of love and labor. Um, and so it was always like bigger than us. And I think getting into it like is definitely bigger than us in, in many senses. It takes a village. But ultimately, I would say that the goal is that's this not the end. Um,
yes. And we can't
so
speak for Kiki
we'll
either, but I'm pretty sure Kiki
yeah,
would be. Well, we've got our little group chat and throwing ideas in there about what we could do next time. So I'm pretty sure they're keen too.
yep. All right. Sean Edwards says, "How's life going for both of you?" We talked a lot about
We
that.
talked heaps about that.
We talked heaps
Thanks for
about that.
asking,
Are
Sean.
you? Thank you for asking. It
Thanks for being
actually that
interested.
means a lot.
Yep.
Sometimes it's been a long time since we've done this, since we've sat down and done this, and we're aware of that. I'm sure you guys as listeners are aware of that. It's been a while, and I hope that we've shed some light also on the situation as to why it's been a while.
Mm,
But thank you for asking. I do appreciate that. Are we excited for the meta change? We did talk about that. And will
mm.
either of you be making an appearance at Worlds? I will not be there. I have.
I won't be there, but I'll be at Portland,
I would not.
Queenstown.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be at either as much as that would be dream bucket list to be at both. But I can't. I can't do it and move because that would mean I have no time to do any of this other life stuff that is actual life stuff that has to get done. Unfortunately, that's just some parts of being an adult. Um, Darth Prentice. So yeah, fabled hero in Zealand Net also asked if we'll be in Queenstown. Would love to meet Elaine, and it would be a pleasure to
Mm,
hang with you, Melody. But Melody will be there. You'll be repping us? You'll be
I
repping
will be
the
ripping us,
podcast for both
yes.
of us. One day we'll meet. One day we'll get there. Um, Darth Prentice says, "What Bright Lights hero do you both enjoy playing the most, and how have you enjoyed the limited format?" So we talked about Bright Lights, but I don't think we actually specifically addressed that. I did say that I've been playing Max, and
Max.
I really enjoy playing Max. I haven't dabbled much into the two other heroes, but I do like Max. I really actually do like him. And I don't know. I've never been a mech player, so Bright Lights like kind of had that thing where I think it had for a lot of people where it's like an all mech set. If you're not a mech player, maybe you weren't as excited about Bright Lights as you were about previous sets. Um, but I actually it kind of forced me into the mech, and I've played Dash a few times. Bef- Prior to Bright Lights, and that's been my only experience with mech because I'm so sorry, Data Doll. I just never
Data
will.
Doll's a thing now
Uh,
in Blitz.
Data Doll's a
She's
thing now.
absolutely a thing. Uh-huh.
But what about you? What is your favorite? What have you been playing from Bright Lights?
So I played a Pro Quest and it was draft and it was my first time
Okay,
drafting the set. I'd only done a pre-release and I drafted Tekla, so I went 3-0 in the first pod, got top 8. Um, and he's so much fun. I had lots of fun drafting him and playing him. Um, I in a pre-release I played and sealed. I played Dash, I think, and
okay.
Tekla, so I've not actually played Max. Um, Max
Well, look
doesn't
at us.
actually
We're the
interest
perfect
me.
pair.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Really,
yeah, I like
Max
the.
interested me the most.
Oh, I'm like, nah, boost, 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 boring. That's just me. Like, I've played Dash. I really like playing OG Dash, but I want to. I was trying to figure out Dash IO when it first came out and tried building decks and just couldn't master it. But I liked the ability and what she could do. A bit of thinking involved in Dash IO, and the same with Tiklavos. I would love to play Tiklavos in CC, but he's just not quite there, I don't think. But yeah, that's me.
I have really enjoyed playing Max, and I feel like he's not really as you need to play him because I don't think he's maybe as boost as you like might anticipate. I think there's like some fun, funky lines in there with like the crank mechanic and like trying to just do as much as you can because like when I first started playing him, I was like, okay, boost, but then it was like, oh, like if I crank, activate ability, like boost, do this, like all in this order. Like you can get off. I think there's some fun, funky things you can get off, and I
Okay.
kind of liked
Don't write him off
his
if
play
that's what you're
pattern.
saying. Okay.
Yeah, I found him interesting. I'm really interested in playing Teklovos, and I feel like I don't like even fully understand what's going on over there. But I would like to. He seems fun. He seems so different than any other hero that we've seen so far. Like just
Yeah,
not very not as like similar yet to the other mech heroes that we've seen just in
not
play
at all.
style, and so I'm pretty interested in trying him out. And as far as like enjoying the limited format, how did you enjoy a limited format with that's all mech?
I loved it, or I have loved it.
Yeah.
I would love. I wish our locals like draft and sealed. I would love to play loads of it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I love draft and sealed as formats. Those are probably my faves.
So have you haven't played Bright Light Sealed yet?
Only in pre-release.
Okay, and have you played a Bright Lights Draft?
That was at ProQuest. So I've played one of each.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. So one of each. Okay.
Yeah.
Just sorry, making sure I heard you right. Yeah, I play both too. I thought it was fun. I think I liked the draft experience more than the sealed
Yes.
experience.
Yep.
Because the sealed experience, it was like, oh, I can play my whole pool, so this is what I'm gonna play, you know. And like in the draft experience, I understand that like also you can play your own you play, you know, you can play everything that you're handed, pretty much. But I felt like the decision points were a little bit more interesting, you know, because it's like I
Definitely.
can play, yeah, it's like I can play everything in my hand, but like what do I want to play, you know?
Yes.
Where sometimes when you're drafting, well, not sometimes, when you're drafting with multiple classes, it's like, okay, I have three options in my hand, or you know, five, you know, rather than like I have all the options in my hand, what do I want? This is just some more decision points. I liked it. I liked it.
Same. Same. I can't wait for us to have that with the all arcane set. Just putting it out there. Mhm. Mm.
All right, you're a lot more excited for this all arcade. It's not
Yes.
that I'm not excited. I feel so daunting.
Oh, that'll
It
be
feels
fun.
um it feels so daunting to play all arcane. I feel like I'll be like, what am I doing? You know? I feel like a little baby learning to walk. Like, oh.
At least, you know, everyone will have, well, I'm hoping with that set, I'm pretty sure, like, in a draftable or limited format, everyone will have, like, equipment for Arcane. So, you know, like, with Arcane Rising, it was pretty tipped, right?
Right.
When you're trying to draft, like, whereas an all Arcane set, you're kind of on an even footing, right? So, oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Um Captive Goat says, "Will there welcome back. Thank you. Is there a gift exchange this year? I have no clue."
I have no idea. Paper Collective, which is Brendan from Australia, ran that, and I think he's taken a bit of a step back because he's gone traveling around the world. But
Well,
I,
good for
I'm,
him.
yeah, I'm going to say probably not because I think normally it starts in October. But reach out to him. Who was sorry? Who asked that question? Giles.
Captive Goat
Oh,
in
Captive
our
Goat. Yeah,
Discord.
yeah. Reach out and ask them. But I think it's
Yeah,
probably
I
too
haven't
late
seen
now.
anything about it. I
Like to
feel
get
like it's a
something
little too
shipped.
late to
Yeah.
organize that. But the gift exchanges, I've participated in both years. Yes, I did, and I enjoyed them. Maybe
I
if there's
love
not a
them.
holiday gift exchange, maybe they. Yeah, I don't know anything logistically about organizing a gift exchange. That's not in our wheelhouse currently.
No, no, no,
But
no.
no,
No.
it's not. It's not us.
Not for us.
But not not for us. Not for them.
Mm-mm-mm.
But if there was a gift exchange, I would do it again. I loved doing both. It was fun. It's a fun little community thing. I love little
Nice.
fun community things. And that's all. That's all we
Yeah,
have,
cool.
Melody.
This has
Do
been
we have
great.
any? What else? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I don't think so. Looking forward to Worlds no, not this weekend, next weekend. Um,
I am excited to
yeah,
watch Worlds.
I can't wait for Worlds. And
I'm really excited to watch Worlds. I'm really excited also as like not just a player but a cosplayer. I'm really excited to see the cosplays
yes,
that come out of Worlds. I love looking at the cosplays after each event. It's like brings me so much joy.
I wish we had
Um,
more photos of cosplays because I find that I miss out. Like they don't post
they
them
should they should
on.
like stream it, you know? Like there should be like a
Yeah,
little like we don't need to interrupt if it's happening at the same time that people are playing on stream, but like if there was just like a little second like we could go we you could leave the main stream for a minute to go watch
mm,
the cosplay stream.
like a side event stream. I think that would
Yeah,
be
like a little
very
side
cool.
event stream. I think
Yeah.
that'd be very fun and that would make me very happy. Um but yeah, I love seeing. I'm in the a Discord with a bunch of cosplayers, and so I see pictures through there. And a lot of times you get to see pictures of work in progress, and it's a great community where we all kind of like share feedback, or it's like, hey, I've never made this before. Has anyone made this? Like, or I'm trying to figure out how to make this. You guys have opinions or ideas? And people will send, sometimes they'll send stuff they're working on, and always every time there's an event it's like, if you're cosplaying at this event, like send pictures of your cosplay please. And I love seeing them, and I'm very excited to see the world's
Mm.
cosplays, and I'm just very excited to also see how this meta unravels our worlds.
Woo! It's going to be awesome.
Woohoo. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited, and there's so much to look forward to. And the holidays, let's see, we're trying to get back on track with making episodes. As I've said a million times, probably already on the podcast, I'm very busy, but we're back. We're going to be doing our best to get back in it. And
Yes.
yeah, I love sitting here talking to you, and love sitting here talking
Same.
to you guys, or for you guys to listen to us talk. I guess is more accurate, but at the same time feels like, you know,
Hopefully, it's been interesting for those that have listened.
hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully this has been fun. This was like a nice, just like sit down, catch up,
Mm.
talk episode, and I hope that it was as enjoyable to our listeners as it was for Melody and I to sit down and catch up. And yeah, anything else?
No, that's all from me. We'll hopefully get this out ASAP, and then we're looking to hopefully record in the next week again.
Yay!
All
Woohoo!
right. Ka kite
Again.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.